I have an interesting little video for you today, folks. I'm going to strip down my chart and show you how I started this whole thing and why it's working so good. So I'm a Bitcoin analyst. I've never really analyzed anything other than Chainlink, but like as far as other stocks, I don't know if what I'm about to show you works outside of Bitcoin or not, but I just figured I'd just get good, really good at this and just stick to it until I'm really good at it. And I just want to show you why this is working so good, why Bitcoin failed at a little over 67,000. So if you're watching other channels on YouTube, if you're watching other analysis, you already know that there's thousands and thousands of different indicators, and you basically can just spin yourself into a circle of confusion. And what you see before you is real simple. And basically what you're looking at is the result. It's like the sum of a mathematical formula, right? 2 plus 2 minus 4, it's equals, right? So basically my chart is like the sum. Like you have this big complex mathematical confusing formula. You want to figure it out? What do? You look at the very end where there's an equal sign that says equals this. And that's kind of what this is. This is the result of Fibonacci. Mainly the Fibonacci is basically resulting in these geometrical patterns. And then all the lagging indicators like the moving averages and all the other stuff you see. A lot of that is lagging, like the relative strength index, the RSI. You'll see a lot of RSI, which is a real good indicator. But even that's still pretty much lagging, although it does kind of point towards what can happen in the future. But mainly the Fibonacci is what I'm fascinated with, and I do believe that's what's causing a lot of this. And now that we've got computers, the computer age, and bots, I think that might be even. I don't know. It's an assumption. I think that might be even more pronounced now than say 67 years ago. And okay, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go down into the hour and the 5-minute chart. I'm going to show you my last few videos, what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to come back to this daily chart. I'm going to strip all that down and I'm going to put it all back together for you real quick and show you, just say a few things about that. Okay, so my last couple videos I was focusing on, we're at the top of that macro channel. And let's go down the 5-minute chart. There's the hour for perspective. Go to the 5 minutes, see more detail. So my last video, I had this yellow triangle drawn in here, and it's right on top, and vice versa, the other way around. The red channel, ascending, is on top of the yellow ascending triangle. And I was talking about what could happen. For those of you that watched that video, look at that. It broke down. It did break down out of it, and but it's kind of a fakey fake at the bottom of the channel, and it popped right back all the way up through it. And so this section through here, I mean, there's another red channel that formed here. I don't want to take the time to draw it in, and it broke down here. It's basically the same breakout as the bigger red channel. And I mean, this thing just prints patterns and patterns down a 5-minute chart just routinely. But I don't want to make that this video. I want to keep it. There's actually a green channel kind of going down here. See, these points can line up on the bottom, and this on the top. See how this pretty pronounced, right? There's a green channel there, and it broke out the top there, and now it's over here wandering around, about to start another pattern of some sort. Okay, so anyways, I just want to show you that how effective that chart was, right? And now I had that red channel, and I've had that red channel in there for a long time, and see it broke down out of the yellow triangle, broke back up, and what did it do for let's see, about 3 hours, about 4 hours? It rode that channel. And let's go back to the hourly. Sometimes you can see better on the hourly. Sometimes you can see better on the 5-minute. But anyway, just look at those hourly candles right there. Look at like those six hourly candles. It just rode that red line up of support. And look, it got to the top of the green. I call it my bull extension. I'll get to that here in a second. And it got up here, and look at that. It broke down out of it. It's also a fakey fake out the top of the macro channel. And now it's up here. And this is not real typical behavior. I mean, it is, but it isn't, in the sense that this section here where it was breaking out, this section here is a little wonky. It's a little wonky through here. And the reason being is what's going on. Just keep it real simple, right? Quiet, you kook. I got a cat howling in the background. I wanted to make a short video here, and let's try to keep it as short as possible. So basically what's going on is there's a black hole, right? Like you've heard about the Planet X or Planet 9 or Nibiru or whatever. You know, there's a theory out there that there's some kind of invisible gravitational force outside of our solar system. They can't figure it out, maybe. That's kind of what this is, right? There's a force up here. There's a black hole up here that's kind of sucking. Right? This is basically normal price action, but just from a long time looking at this, there's a force sucking this up, right? It's just an interesting way to look at it. Like, right, these peaky boos out the top here and here and here. It's getting sucked up to the top, right? And eventually this is going to pop, and let's just stop talking about that. But that's just a simple way to look at it, right? I'm sure all the indicators that people are talking about on YouTube, they're talking about the RSI and all that. And okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back to the daily, and I'm going to strip down this chart. Let's just strip it down in front of you. I'm going to totally strip it down. Just with it, I'm gonna strip everything off except for the main channel, which is actually the channel I'm talking about. And I haven't shown this. I probably should have shown this a while ago. I'm just going to strip everything off of this right in front of you. To show you how simple this actually can be. Okay, now I talked about those pairs. That's why I want to talk about those pairs. So I'm going to take those out of there now. They're most likely irrelevant at this point. Now that red channel that I stripped out could come back into play if it pops up hard, but I doubt it. Now this one here, maybe I should leave him there. I'm going to leave that one there. You got my idea. Why am I leaving that one there? Why would I strip all those smaller time frame patterns out and still leave? Well, let's get that guy still sitting in there and get that guy out of there. Why would I leave that red channel in there now? Well, look at the trajectory. Right? It goes up here like this. That could easily come back into play. So let's leave that one there actually. And we're going to strip off the bull trap extension. We're going to strip off all these trend lines here. And I'm just going to go back real quick, and I'm going to show you, because obviously my chart was real effective if you've been watching my videos. There it is. Strip it down. Strip it down. And let's put some little height on this guy. Not quite that much, a bit like this. And okay, that's about good. So there it is, right? And I noticed this pattern forming back here in late March, basically March 28th. March 31st, April 1st. When it came up here, just from experience, even though down at the bottom, you wouldn't really see a pattern in there, but I just knew from experience watching these things form. And these are everywhere. They're from the minute chart to what you're looking at now, the daily chart and the weekly chart. There's the higher time frames you go, the less detail you can see. And how do I get that bull trap extension? Okay, the first one I saw was the bear trap down here. And how do I get that? How would I get that? So I'll just do like this. And well, actually, let's turn it. Well, that really threw me off. let's just go and put it up here. I mean, I could do it different ways from experience. So to the untrained eye, let's do it like from the top down. Boom. See how that worked? And obviously I got to turn it green. Turn it green. Turn it green. Okay, so see how that worked? What I did there is I just took the bottom of the macro channel and extended it down. And lo and behold, put it right on that wick right there. And there's another wick here. See that? And there's actually a candle body here. See that? I could put it on. See how it's working? And it's basically perfect. I like the wick. When I put it on the extensions, I do like the wicks better. So we're just going to leave it on the wick. And then as time goes on, I just keep extending down. So let's just extend that down and see what happens. I thought it might come down and test the very bottom of that bear. That's the bear trap extension I just put on. It didn't make it. Twice it came down towards the heart line. This one here bounced directly off the heart line in the bear channel. I thought maybe we'd get another data point on the bottom, but we haven't, and it's unlikely now that we will come down to the very bottom. Now we could. Bitcoin could turn around and come down to 53,000, but I don't think it is going to at this exact time. the more time it spends up at the top here, the more likelihood we're looking at the macro breakout. But okay, there's the bear trap extension. How did I get the bull trap extension, which you've been watching lately, has been working really, really good. It's hard to argue with, right? So let's see. This peak came out here for this is the daily chart. 3 days it closed above the macro channel, but I already, well, I guess I didn't have it in. When that happened, I drew in the bull trap extension, and since then I've been talking about watch out for it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna draw. Let's just put it down here. Actually, initially I would have put it up here, but we already know it's there, so put it there. And whoops. So, and then just top of the wick. The wicks, I mainly use the wicks. I shouldn't even mention using the candle body back here. Just the extensions are generally the wicks. And so there it is, right? And lo and behold, what's been going on, right? Why have I been talking so much about the 73,000 or the 67,300 level right there, right now? Look, I mean, that's no coincidence. That's getting rejected hard right there, right? And this could still be a bull trap. And I was in a short, and I took a loss on a short. I left the day trade open just for personal transparency. For some dumb reason, I didn't use a stop loss again, and I do think this is liable to be popping up out of here, and I don't want to get caught in a terrible situation, so I just took the loss and got out. I also have a swing trade account where I'm hedging. I'm long and I'm short, and that's working really well for me. And my long is on the verge of probably being a really nice profit. But with that being said, this could still come down easily, and that's the reason. There's a reason why I left that red channel sitting in there. It could easily come down, and this heart line here, this support. I got my magnet on. Turn my magnet off. And then this red line here could be support. Stupid. Trying to make an unedited video. I drew with my magnet like a moron. Okay, so anyways, you see it. I don't really keep yammering. There it is, right? And then how did I get those white horizontal lines that work so well? Well, it's nothing fancy. I'm not doing anything here that's anything amazing. It's just observation and experience. So what I do is I go back here and turn my magnet on and go back to the wicks of the previous hard dumps. Boom, 59,000. Let's turn that guy white. All right, and just take the horizontal line tool, and then there's wicks here. The major dumps that we've had since we've been here. Boom. There's one at 59,000. There's one at 60,800. Now this is Bitcoin USDT pairing on Femex, so these numbers will be different from exchange to exchange. And I have noticed that the other channels that I still watch, that their numbers are different, but overall the macro picture remains the same. But then there's this big dump here. Boom. This is actually the dump that came from the bull trap extension creation. That's an 18% dump. This is no joke, folks. This is boom. That's the bull trap extension. Look at it. 18% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 6 days. 18% dump. And that something like that could still happen here. I don't think it's likely to come to 18% all the way back down here again, but there could be easily a 5% dump. There probably will be a 5% dump, and a 9.5, a 10% dump down to this white line that's easily still on the table, right? A 12% dump to 59,000, which would line up with the heart line of the major macro parallel channel. That's a likely dump. 12%, 12.5% down to 59,000. That's still on the table and likely. It's still I can still use the word probable. It's not as probable as what my gut telling me now is that. Well, it's hard, right? We're kind of, it's still in the bull trap. It's It's closed 1, 2, 3 daily candles in the bull trap extension. Does that sound familiar back here? Right. A total of 5 days, 5 daily candles were in the bull trap extension. We're currently on the 4th candle. So it's just, I'm just watching to see how much time it spends up here. And let's not go down a rabbit hole, but you can see what I'm saying. And just how simple is that? Let's draw in a couple more. Let's put horizontal line up here at the all-time high on my chart. That is 73,851 and 60 cents. And there's lots of those white lines I could put in there, but I don't want to clutter up my chart. Let's keep it. Let's put one here at the very bottom on my chart. The very bottom is 56,541, and that's just basically what I do. And there's lots of white lines I can continue to draw, but those are like the major ones, right? I should probably put one here. I've been watching. This is a good level to watch, the 59,800, because that's I didn't draw that in, did I? That's the 18% dump where the wick stopped, and but there it is, right? And then there's a level in here at about 65,000 where I've been marking with a double white line. I can't really see it all that well on the daily chart, but like down on the hourly and stuff, it's right about. You put it right about there. There's like a double white line that's really been in effect. It's a little above 65 and a little below 65. Let's just put it there for now. And that's basically it in a nutshell. That's my chart. I neglected to draw in a couple trend lines up here. I already ended the video. This is going to be a video patch. And actually, that channel has moved. Now, somehow it moved. That's just so annoying. Put him back there. Okay. I didn't draw in these trend lines. I had green trend lines coming down in the bull trap extension. And I didn't talk about this. So how I do that. The same way I get the white vertical lines. So the white vertical lines, I draw in on the daily chart on those big dumps. And you can also do it the other way around on the pumps. But it's not so much to look at on the daily chart, but like those white horizontal lines and these green trend lines down I'm about to draw, that when you go down to the hourly and the 5 minute, you can really see a lot of interaction with them. I'm drawing them in on the daily, but I don't really look at them on the daily, right? Because on the daily, there's not as much detail. But how I get those trend lines is I'll take the wicks. That bull trap extension move too. That's annoying. That truly is annoying. Get back up there on your wick, dude. I don't have my magnet on. The video process can get very, very, very irritating. Okay. The trend lines. How do I get those? How to get those in there? Boom. I just draw on this, and that's yellow. I'm going to turn that green. Right? Just like that. I need to put a little more steepness on there. Turn green guy. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing that. It's once you start looking at all this parallel stuff, you can really pretty much just eyeball. That looks about parallel, doesn't it? Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's close enough to perfect. Right? And I just take these wicks on the daily chart. See, that's working. And this one happens to be right on the heart line. See that? So I'm going to intentionally make the heart line visible through it. So just a little bit off. If I make it perfect, it's going to be right on the heart line. It'll be invisible. So I'm just going to just a touch, just so I can see the heart line right there. Boom. And me, myself, I know what I've just done there, so I can keep checking it. Right? And then there's another one here. And if you go down to the hourly and the 5 minute, you will see that these are valid trend lines, and they are in play as support and resistance. And I just kind of draw that one there like so. That's all there is to it, right? That's all there is to it. Just using those wicks. I could put one up here, but this one's going to line up basically with the other one. And let's see it. Reset the chart. Boom. There it is. That's my chart. That's my chart I've been using and showing to you in my videos. That's how you do it, right? And obviously, it's working well. Now, I can't tell you if the price is going to go up or down right now. But I can tell you, basically, this is what's going to happen if that, if this and if that, and I'm still personally, I'm still zeroing in on where to enter and get out of day trades. But for swing trading and investing, this is highly valuable information to you, in my opinion. All right, back to the show. Those trend lines will now disappear later, right? And then I go down to the 5-minute and see what's happening. So if I want to see the action going on down here, see how different it looks without those patterns in there. If you're new to this and you look, it's like, what in the world? How can you possibly? I don't see anything. Like me right now, I don't see anything right there, right? I see a triangle. I see a bit of a triangle there. I see that triangle. That triangle's pretty. What am I talking about right now? Just for say this is the first pattern that popped out to me without my patterns being there. That triangle that's in there, that guy there. This is not perfect. I'm just quickly marking. Right, that's that right there is the. I got my magnet on, but anyways, right. It's annoying. Anyways, I don't know. I shouldn't even start doing that, but it's in there. Right? What I can really see is the first thing I would see looking at that is this this bottom trend line ascending, and then this flat top line up here. But anyways, and then the picture becomes a lot more clear, I guess is the point I'm trying to say. Like, this is one I hadn't marked yet. This is the green one I was talking about earlier. I'm not going to go in great detail here, but there's one there. See how that works, Bo? Whoops, dang it. There's that guy there, and there's one in there. See that? And what could be happening now is watch out for this possibility right now. There could be a green one forming here. Like, oops, damn it. It could be a green one here forming. I'm not zoomed in. I'm trying to go quick. Sometimes when you go quick, you end up going slower. So, but there, that's not really there yet. But that's a possibility just based on my experience. And I should have said green. I'm at red. I'm at red. Okay, this video got too long. But if it forms something like that, no, that's not what I want to talk about. That could be there. What was the one I was thinking about earlier? I actually thought it in my mind earlier. The green one. What was the green one? I thought. Watch out for a green one. Like that's the point I was trying to say. Watch out for a green one to form. Watch out for a green parallel channel to form at the top. Well, that would be like a breakout there. That would be already breaking out. Anyways, watch for say a green one. I'm just freehanding here. That's not anything. Well, that could be there, right? That was just a thought I had earlier. Okay, I need to end this video. Watch for a green parallel channel to form at the top of that macro channel. Go back out to the daily. If a big healthy green, if the price of Bitcoin comes down in that bull extension, right, and we're able to form. And I shouldn't even talk about this, but if we're able to form like a steep green channel in here like this, I'd get really interested in looking at that, because that would probably indicate that if it starts forming a channel here, maybe ignores that red channel that's still in there. If it starts doing that, then this could be the launching zone. That would be cool. I'm just starting to speculate there, but as you can see, this is simple and there's nothing to it. Someone just needs to show it to you, and I wish someone would have showed it. I wish I would have watched this video, me personally, 3 years ago, because it would have advanced me. And that's it. All right, later. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Later. Bye.